Manchester United win a football game. Can you imagine that? It will be an action-packed week of schoolboy football in Jamaica starting on Tuesday with the semi-finals of the Issa Manning Cup at Stadium East. Defending champions Jamaica College will face Charlie Smith in semi-final 1 at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, followed by Kingston College against St. Andrew Technical. Live coverage on SportsMax 2 and the SportsMax Plus is from 12:30 p.m. in Jamaica, 1:30 outside. And that's the pre-game show starting at that channel. The Costa Cup semis will be contested on Wednesday, the Ben Francis Cup quarterfinals on Thursday, the Walker Cup semis on Friday, while the final of the Champions Cup is set for Saturday. Now, for the first time in the 7-year history of the Champions Cup, the final will be an all-rural affair. Clarendon College will battle Dinthill Technical. In Saturday's first semi-final, Clarendon College beat defending champions Kingston College 2-0.
Clarendon College. Douglas chips it lovely as Jonathan 2-0. Clarendon College running off to the Champions Cup final for 2021-22. Christopher Hall with the finishing touch.
KC had their moments in the game about at the start of the second half. I think they had the upper hand for about 15 to 20 minutes. We were a bit lucky. We got some ball out of the goal in the nick of time. I think we had a little luck in that. But we showed some determination. We showed resilience. We wanted it today, and you can see how we play today, you know. But we started out well passing and things, but such is the game, you know.
In the second semi-final, Dinthill got by 2014 champions Jamaica College 5-4 on penalties after a 0-0 regulation scoreline.
Martin, can he close it out? Oh yes he can! Dinthill Technical racing to the championship match in the Champions Cup, and they will play the Costa Cup champions Clarendon College for the first time in the history of this competition. It's two rural area teams, two the Costa Cup teams who will vie for the trophy.
Very pleasing. Congrats to the guys. I think they put out their all, but you know it's good. It's good. We planned from the beginning. Say we really want to go to two of the finals. That's our best we can do it. And I think they work hard and do it.
A lot of talented youngsters from St. Catherine have come through the hands of that man, O'Neill Thomas, who guided Dinthill to the final of the Champions Cup. One of our schoolboy football analysts, Dewight Jeremiah, joins us. Dwight, welcome back to the SportsMax Zone, sir.
Good to be here, George. Always.
Good. So, St. Catherine versus Clarendon in the final of the Champions Cup. As Ricardo said on commentary, the first time two rural area schools are fighting for this trophy. Are they the two right teams?
Yeah, and the evidence of what I've seen this season, definitely the two right teams. Not only in terms of, say, the Costa Cup teams, but definitely for the first time we saw a Jamaica College, well, for a long time, Jamaica College going into a game and is not seen as favourites coming up against a rural area team. And certainly Dinthill went into that game as favourites. Didn't do it in the regular time, but certainly a very good unit. I've said it all along this season. Ever since I've played against them with my William team, I knew this was a special bunch. And I backed them all the way each time I'm asked if they are the real deal, and I certainly think so.
You know, I was talking to a JC Old Boy on the weekend, Dwight, ahead of the game, and he was saying, well, you know, he wants to come to the stadium when they get to the final. And I was saying to him, well, the thing is this, I've seen JC a few times this season, and I don't know if it's my imagination. You're a better place to tell that than I am. But they've just looked to me that they've lacked fluency in the past few games. I did call the game in which they played in the previous round of the Champions Cup in the quarterfinals. I called that game, and to me that day, even though they got through, they didn't look like a fluent team to me in the way that they were fluent in the earlier part of the season. What, if anything, can you identify that you think would have caused them to tighten up at this most important part of the campaign, Dwight?
But if you look at it, they started not so fluently against Calabar. Some felt they should have lost in the first game of the season. They picked up a little bit, but I just think and I think it's something that we've seen somewhat with teams coached by Ferguson. We've seen it last season. I've reminded person that they made it. They won the Manning Cup, but they got to the semi-finals with only 2 points coming out of the quarter-final round, drawing 2 games and going through on goal difference. This year as well, I think it's pretty much what I've seen. It's more common to see them not as fluent under this coach that I've seen. And I think Dinthill was just too good for them on the day. And the fact that they weren't able to break, not as fluent as they would have to be, they weren't able to break down this very, very good defensive unit from Dinthill. They have a style of playing Dinthill where they attack with the top 6 and the 4 just stay deep and they don't get involved too often in the attack. And so much so that at one point, Ferguson said he had to change his plan to try and sit deep to play on the counter to see if he could get space in behind. That never worked either.
The world-famous purpose Kingston College, much has been made of their maturity this season. And look, for me, based on what I saw leading up to Saturday's game when they came a cropper, I thought this was the best schoolboy team around in this strangest of seasons in the pandemic. What went wrong for the famous purpose on Saturday?
It's simple. Coach Bernard, in his pre-game interview, he did say that his defense that was going to win this game. And I think he was saying that because he knew he had the joint best defense in the schoolboy football season, conceding only 1 goal from 9 games, along with Dinthill, who has conceded 1 from 10. But it was Khalifa Richards who made a mistake in the end and just let in Kaim Dixon. And once he got that goal, I think his mistake, dwelling on it, Richards, was compounded by David Martin in goal, who should have really stopped that first one, a toe poke from Dixon. Once that took place, they were chasing the game. And once you do that against a Clarendon team, then you leave spaces in behind and they're well positioned to hurt you. And that chip from Douglas to set up Hull was symbolic of Clarendon College. It was just a beautiful goal.
You know, I'm a huge Lenworth Teacher Hyde fan, Dwight. Massive Teacher Hyde fan. And I'm a big fan of Clarendon College. Several members of the family went to Clarendon College. But my bias is there. I really want the St. Catherine School to win because I'm a St. Catherine man. But tell me this. While calling the Clarendon College game in the quarterfinals of the Champions Cup, Dwight, I felt to myself that, wait, to a man, well, the outfield players, the 10 outfield players, it's almost as if they were admiring themselves when they were on the football. Each man, Dwight, wanted to spend as much time with the football as possible. There was a water break where I saw a teacher saying to them, no, you have to move the ball quicker. Why are we keeping the ball so long? Why are we not just playing a free-flowing game? If you agree with my observation of Clarendon College outfield players being in love with the ball, each man wanting it to keep it for as long as possible, could Dinthill exploit this preoccupation?
I think they did a little bit. I listened to you in that game and I was very much in agreement with you. Just possession by itself means nothing. And if you don't move it well during transition phase, then you're not going to get anything for that. But I think they were better this time around. So much so, I think might have been helped by the fact that Kingston College hurried them a lot more and they adjusted to it a bit more. They have this player known as Parchment, very, very good technical player, but he's one who loves to dwell on the football. He's going to have to learn to close game out. For the second game running, he had to be substituted. He didn't really adjust to it as much as possible. But for the most part, I felt Clarendon College for this game was an improvement on the quarterfinal that you call, George. And I think that's why they got the better results this time around. Mind you, you heard Coach Hyde saying that they were lucky, and I felt Kingston College could have closed the game out in that second half early. They started a much better team, and for about 15-20 minutes, as he said there, they were really under the cart. So their defense held up better than Kingston College, surprisingly, because they had conceded 10 goals, while Kingston College had conceded only 1 coming into this game. But
before the producer moves me on, let's call the Champions Cup a final now. You are the expert. Dinthill versus Clarendon College. Who will win?
Well, I said they're 2 very good teams. I think Dinthill didn't have their best game, but still was able to beat Jamaica College. Wasn't as fluent as I've seen them. The rotation in the top half of the field wasn't as smooth as I've seen it in the past, but they managed to grind out results. Coach Hyde, for the first time in an interview for a long time, I've not heard him talk about more so possession, but he was so pleased with the grit and determination. I think on evidence of what I've seen, I want to say Dinthill, But I know Coach Hyde really wants this competition. He needs it. It's the one competition that he has not won as a coach in schoolboy football. And he says it. He even said it himself. He wants this one. Tough to call. But on the evidence of that, I'm going to go with Clarendon College just. But not surprised if Dinthill were to get it because they're very tough defensively. But I just think with that grit and determination that Clarendon showed in this semi, coupled with their class and ability to keep possession, it could be just a little bit too much for Dinthill, but me for a cracking final.
Lance, quickly, the last time Dinthill would have scored a schoolboy title was under Frank Brown's leadership. That was 81 or 80?
81.
81.
Yes.
So it's a hell of a long time. I'm sure by the time they won it, I wasn't born yet. It's a long time between innings for Dinthill putting something in the trophy cabinet. Dwight, I really hope you're wrong, my friend. I really hope you're wrong.
George, they've been called the nearly men in recent times. I mean, they've come to the semi-finals and finals and have not made it at all. And a lot of persons are saying they look like they can go all the way this time around. They still have that one hurdle to go. They've gotten to finals since 1981. Didn't go over that line. So it's going to be a tough one. Remember, Clarendon College, they know how to win. They're defending, three times defending champions now?
Two times.
Two times defending champions. Looking to make it three.
Yeah. Lenny Hyde wins everything. He's won the business house competition with Petrojam. He's won the Premier League with 3 different teams. He's won in schoolboy football. He wins everything. All right, we'll see what happens on Saturday. Thank you, Dwight. All the best to you.
I'll be there, so let's see what happens.
Good. All right, schoolboy football on the channel. As we told you in the build-up to this segment, we are carpet bombing the week with big schoolboy football games. JC Charlie Smith, Manning Cup semi-final. Yeah. That's on the SportsMax platforms. Kingston College and St. Andrew Technical High School, live as well. The other Manning Cup semi-final. And yeah, if you think the Charlie Smith team is a pushover, you'll be wrong. If you think stats are only there to make up for the occasion, you'll be wrong. 2 teams who are hungry, they're going to push the favorites in those respective semi-finals, and SportsMax will have it live for you. Back with more after the break.